So in the moment you're going to get peace, but it's not a true peace, is it? A true peace, when I say true peace, that means peace that will pass on from this moment to the next. So if you're giving me peace in this moment just to turmoil me later with the same behavior and same thing, that's not peace. That's not true peace. That's fake. That's phony. It's untrue. It's a lie. Sorry. Okay, and then there's certain things that we say sorry for that's absolutely, we shouldn't even be saying sorry for because it wasn't a mistake to begin with. Remember, we're only saying sorry to mistakes. It's not a mistake when you do something purposely. You don't fall into someone else's bed. All right? You don't bash your spouse or your significant other to other people by accident. Okay? There's certain behaviors that we do that's just a part of who we are. And then we're not gonna, correct it anyway because I'm just sorry I got caught. All right? There's a difference. So even if you're the person that's receiving the sorry, you have to ask yourself certain questions. If I'm the person that's receiving the sorry, is this person being sincere? They're saying sorry just for the moment, just to appease me, just to get me to shut up. And thirdly, now I have to be on the lookout to see if this is changed behavior. And if it's not changed behavior, then I know that they wasn't sorry. All right? Love is the same thing. Love is not what you say, it's what you do. All right? Same thing with friends. Friends is not just because I know you, we broke bread, that we are friends. No. All right, that's not what a friend is. A friend is someone that calls you higher and you call them higher. A friend that's there for you. Y'all probably can get together and turn up. All right, and if you have a turn up crew and that's what y'all do, y'all get around and y'all turn up. That's fine. That does not make it a friend. All right, a friend is a person who's absolutely bettering your life in some way, form, or fashion, and you're doing the same to them. It's the same concept as if you're in a non-platonic relationship with somebody and you're with this person. They're not bettering your life and you're not bettering theirs. There's something wrong. Okay? We are all interconnected human beings. And the benefit of the interconnection part is to be able to benefit someone else's life and make it better. Sometimes that means it's non-platonic, and sometimes that means it's platonic. But either way, it doesn't matter what form of the relationship we're talking about, it is, you are supposed to be bettering that person and helping them become a best authentic version of themselves as they are doing the exact same for you. If that is not happening, you're not in a ship at all. Okay? You're floating around in a life vest in the middle of the ocean. We use those words at liberty, and they're wrong because we are living lies in our lives. Aren't you tired of living lies in your life? Why is it that we get backstabbed by people that we didn't expect it from? Because why? We gave them the title friend. They never showed anything that showed that they were a friend. I just wanted to give them the title because we hang out a lot. And whenever I want to turn up, I can go with this person and we go hang out. We have broken bread before. Our spouses and our family knows each other. Again, stop using the word just to throw around. Someone has to earn that title. Stop handing out titles as if they're trophies and then wondering why you got bashed and got a gash up on top of your head because somebody hit you with your own trophy. We can only be upset with ourselves. We have set ourselves up for failure in our relationships, guys. Every single one of us has set ourselves up at some point in our life for failure because we're not able to recognize the true authentic meanings of the things that we say. Words is powerful. Words is power. All right? And if you don't recognize how powerful it is, then again, you're setting yourself up for failure. You have also understand what your love language is very important. Okay, so there's 5 love languages, and I read the book twice, cover to cover, in probably a day. 5 love languages. We need to know what those are. You need to know what your love language is, and the reason why it's important to know what your love language is and the person that you're seeing, dating, or whatever love language is so that you constantly are feeding your person. If you love that person, you would be interested in feeding their love language. You can't feed something you don't know exists. And it also stops you from saying sorry a lot as well. But anyway, so learn what your love language is and understand what it is that you need. So if you are words of affirmation like I am, that's one of my top love languages, right? Is words of affirmation. So if you are words of affirmation like I am, I take words to heart. Okay? So when someone I love and care about significantly says something that cutthroats me or makes me feel less than or demeans me or makes me feel less than a man or whatever it is, when people use those words that are attacking for me, it hits the core of me. Now, over time, I have built this shell to not have that issue. I don't cut as deep anymore. All right. Now, if you're in my inner circle and you say something now, yeah, it's gonna hurt me. It's gonna bother me. But outside people, I've built that barrier for outside people. But it took me a little while to understand that that was my love language and why I needed to build that barrier. If had I never known what my love language is, I wouldn't know why I'm always walking around in my feels. You know what I'm saying? I'm always in my feels because somebody said something. You know, I had to learn what my love language was, and then I recognized, oh, that's why I be feeling the way that I'm feeling. Then I built that barrier, and guess what? They don't affect me at all. Now, the people in my inner circle can affect me, but I still had to build barriers even in there. And understand that sometimes people speak out of anger. They don't mean what they say in the moment. However, it doesn't mean it doesn't hurt, doesn't bother you. It's something that you come back and you speak about later if you have the respect of the person that you're talking about. And then y'all have a respectful relationship, you're going to want to get past that situation by speaking and talking it out. Because words of affirmation is a very deep love language, and all of them are deep in their own way. Acts of service is another one. Words of affirmation, acts of service, physical touch. Knowing what your love language is very, very important. Again, it will stop you from saying sorry as much as well, because you will be constantly understanding that I need to feed the love language of the person that I love. And when you love somebody and you love yourself, you are feeding yourself your own love language. You're feeding words of affirmation to yourself. You're making sure that you do things to appease and to please yourself. And in turn, you're not only drawing the energy of the person that you love to do this exact same for you, and you're setting the standard, but you're absolutely going to be interested in what their love language is, and you're going to know what their love language is. You know, it's hard to pour when you have an empty cup. So the empty cup is not the fault of the person you love. The empty cup is your fault because you're not filling your own cup up. All right? So when you fill your own cup up, you have some to give to someone else. All right? And that's where that self-love comes in. You have to keep that cup full for yourself. Then you can pour into other people. But you also, while you're doing that, because you poured that cup and you're feeding it into someone else, you are also throwing out the rays and the energy to get that back tenfold, which you're giving. Okay? It's a difference when somebody else is filling your cup up and then they stop filling your cup up, which is what I learned very recently, a few years ago. When you are waiting on someone else to fill your cup up of love, your love cup, right? And they waiting on them and they don't do it, and it's bone dry and you thirsty, you parched, you know what I'm saying? You feel like you're about to choke out on cotton because you got cotton in your mouth. You know, when that's happening to you, whatever, you just like, oh my God, you're not giving me what I need. You're not giving me what I need. You get angry, you get mad, you vindictive. You start doing things like cheating. You start doing things like, you know, oh, I'm gonna get you back or whatever, because they're not feeding your cup, right? You can't allow somebody else to feed your cup, because the moment they stop pouring, guess what? You go dry. When you're waiting for the energy to just come your way without nothing on your side, that person has the power to absolutely devastate you. This is the reason why people kill themselves after someone has broken up with them. They have walked away. They are on E. They got cotton balls in their mouth and they done choked themselves to death. I'm not saying that it's okay. What I'm saying is, when you don't fill your own cup up, which is what I do in my business, I teach people how to fill their own cup up so that they can in turn be able to not only pour what they're getting, what they have, and all the excess that's overflowing into other people, but they in turn will send out simultaneously the rays and the energy and the vibrational frequency to receive that back tenfold. We need to be taught stuff like this in school. We need to be taught stuff like this at home. Most people don't know that. You want to know why these relationships is going haywire. Why so many people get it, and the moment the butterfly is gone, they're gone. Or somebody else is gone. Or somebody else is in the relationship with them. You know, why these things happen? It always happens because you didn't begin anything with you.